Yeah, I hate when people be like, I can't do this, I can't do that.
Yeah, like that's so annoying.
Because guess what that'll do in your relationship? They'll start telling you the same thing. All right, babe, we're to the point where our credit is great. We need to buy a house. We can't buy no house.
Yeah, right.
Because your credit is
Right.
So you want to make sure you try to avoid those things as well. Okay, negative. Sometimes things are just not going well, and you want to have a conversation about it. Now, how can we get to the next phase? That's constructive. Okay, so we went to get this car. They told us we don't have enough points. They want all this money. Let's get our credit reports. Let's move to the next vein, and let's move on and go up. Because another toxic relationship, and something that I just started talking to my viewers about, is bad credit. Bad credit is a toxic relationship. You guys are too young to have bad credit.
No. I don't.
And make sure you understand your credit. And if you don't know what credit is about, I know you have someone assigned to you. Ask them to give you something on how can I understand my credit. The first thing you need to do is you need to understand what your FICO score is, because if you don't, you're going to have a toxic relationship with your credit. You're going to go to get an apartment. You're going to go to get a house. You're going to go to do anything after this program, and it's going to be like, no. Yeah. Then you have to also learn how to establish credit while you're here. I know they have all these things. I know without a shadow of a doubt that they have it. Go to it. Listen. Like you came to hear me today, listen to the credit seminar. Do you know how many people your age are multimillionaires because they understand their credit?
Yeah. They could be multi-millionaires just by jumping off a roof. People get famous for nothing nowadays.
Oh, that's true. But we want to do it the right way. Okay, so just keep that in the back of your mind. That was just a little sidebar. That bad credit is a toxic relationship. Because when you get into a relationship and your mate may have great credit, they may decide not to move forward because they can't build with you. A good relationship is a building thing. It's a stepping stone, and it builds. Anybody that you think is a power couple, they built something together.
Yeah. So where are these credit seminars? Like when we gonna? I never heard of.
You have
that going on?
Okay, you want one?
Yeah.
I'll come back. I do one. Yep, we can do it. And we can get you guys to build your credit. I'll talk to Miss Stapleton and we'll see what she can do and see how she wants to do it. Or if they already have it in place, have that person. And I'll just come and sit in the class with you because we built a rapport. And I think you like me. I don't know. I like you. But I'm saying I'll come and advocate for you. Because that's who I am. I advocate for young people. Because I was a young person. And even though my mother was awesome, she didn't always advocate for me because she was old school. Do what I say.
Yeah, do what I say.
But we're coming up in a generation where it's do what I say, and this is why. And I found with people your age, if I tell you why I want you to do it this way, you think about it, you weigh the options, and you do it. It's all about what? Respect. That's what you want, and that's what you'll get if you're getting it. I've learned that, you know, with my 13-year-old, her teachers had to learn. If you're disrespectful to her, my 13-year-olds will talk to you like an adult. It kills them at her school. She told one of the educators, okay, I know that we have to have this conversation. I know we need to do this, but I do not need you to talk circles to me. Let's get down to business. She was so offended, she called me. All she had to do was get down to business. But I'm just saying.
It's not offensive.
It wasn't, but hey.
She got offended. Because she didn't have that mentality, and she probably was shocked that a 13-year-old would even say that to her.
Most definitely. Most definitely. So, just make sure, as you're living your lives, you have the prime opportunity to kill toxic behaviors and be exactly who you want to be.
Alright, so when you're in a situation where, like, you always resort to being by yourself because you're usually always by yourself, but you don't, like, you're a people person, but, like, people so weird and, like, their energy is just so bad for what you're trying to do and they don't respect your craft. Like, how do you, like, go about that? Because it's like every time I get a friend or a person, and they be older than me, like, my friends are, like, 30 and 40. And I still just be looking at them like, what you was doing with all these years you had to live, and you right here with me, like trying to kick it with me, and I'm 18, like what's going on, like, and then it's like I always cut them off, or I always gotta fade, and I end up back by myself. Like I don't like my family because they toxic. I barely like people because people just be toxic. Like they don't have no.
They don't want no morals.
They don't have no passion for nothing. Like they don't want to do nothing, and it's like. When you working towards something, you got like I be trying to isolate myself from all the extraness because people really don't understand where I'm coming from. Like of what I'm trying to do. So it's like, am I like, sometimes I'll be feeling like I'm crazy, but then I'm like, well, I know it's good people in the world. Maybe I'll kick it with them in the long run after I'm already where I need to be. But then at the same time, I'm like, nah, I like these people, but they older than me. They should know better. Should I try to get it through their head, talk to them like they my kid, or what you do?
Okay, so first
you
of
still
all,
got the people
1 second,
that,
guys, 1 second. Are you done talking? Okay. What's your first initial again? Your name? T?
Ty.
T?
Ty.
Ty? Okay, Ty meets Chanel, Chanel meets Ty. That's Chanel. You just met yourself. Now, this is what you do.
Honestly.
Same way. The next thing you need to do is you need to determine who you are and what you want to be. Now, let me tell you something. Now that you know that, I'm not saying that you didn't. These are just the steps. And you can say, I did that. And we'll keep it moving, okay? The reason they're hanging with you at their age, they want to be you. You have an it factor. You're not really that shy. You really do like people. You could do this every day, what I'm doing, without a problem, and encourage people to get to the next vein. You're trying to figure out how you're going to take women that are 30-some-odd years old and let them know they need to be doing A, B, C, and D, and they're trying to be like you because they didn't have their teenage years. What you need to do is set yourself in a room with people who are where you want to be, no matter what their age.
This is where the problem fall in, right? It's like, where do you meet? Like, where do these people fall in? Like,
what is your dream? What's your dream job?
Well, right now I'm actually managing myself with the modeling stuff, and it's going really good for me.
No, but is that your dream job?
Yeah.
Your dream job is modeling.
Yeah,
Okay.
business and real estate. So that
Business
ties
and real
into
estate.
each other, and everything that I'm trying to do is actually in motion. So it's kind of like they be looking at me, and it's kind of like sometimes they'll try to like downplay it, or and I'm just like, you already know what's going on.
You might have missed that part. They're downplaying your dreams.
And I don't feel like this is where I go back and forth with, because I sometimes feel like they don't intend to say like I don't even know. Sometimes I be like this is where I go with them. Like sometimes I really feel like they just don't know, like they really just that stupid, or it's like
If you are the smartest person in the room, no matter how old they are, it's time for you to get out of that room.
for sure.
You never want to be the smartest person in the room. You always want somebody in the room that's going to help you grow and get to the next stage.
somebody that you want to look up
Yeah, I'd rather have somebody.
See what I'm saying?
So I shouldn't feel bad for like
No, and you're not crazy. You just have a low tolerance.
bad. Like I'm talking about like.
So with that low tolerance, you have to get to the place where knowing you have a low tolerance, but how am I going to handle it? Not isolating yourself, because the next person you may meet may be the person that you need. You now need to start looking for events that showcase who you are. You are a model. You need to get to showcases where you're meeting other people who can hire you for your talent. Don't downplay your talent. Don't do anything. Every job is not a job for you. One of my other jobs I do is cater. Miss Singleton can tell you. Not a joke. I do not take everything. If you are haggling with me over the price, you cannot afford me.
I do the same thing though, like with bookings and stuff. Like I got all of that under control, and like one of my friends was going back and forth with me, like, nah, like you gotta do everything. Somebody, what do you mean? Like you all over the place, you start to lose flavor. Like
You are in a
way
toxic
everywhere.
friendship relationship, and it's time to move on. I don't know if you pray or not, and I'm not making you. But at the end of this, I have enough. I'm going to give you a scripture journal. The only thing I want to do with that scripture journal is I'm not trying to convert anyone. I'm not trying to make anyone to do anything. And sweetheart, you could use your Quran, and I'll send you one. Give me your email, because I have one. Okay? So what you can do is go through there, read those, and let them boost you up. You already have it going on. I'm like literally going to exchange information with you. I'm not going to try to be your friend. I'm going to try to be your mentor. No, I know I can be your mentor. I'm not going to try. That's something I can do. You already are where you're ready to move. You are an adult. 18, even though it says TEN, is an adult. Every room you walk in, you need to have that respect. They're trying to dumb you down. You already know this. I'm not going to tell you, don't call them anymore, don't talk to them anymore, don't do this, that, and the other. You already know you don't need to do that. You can already make that decision. Now what you need to do is, you need to get you an EIN number.
What's that?
That's an EIN number. That's a number that you get paid under as a model, because that's what you do. You are an entrepreneur at heart. You do not have time to constantly be listening to people tell you what to do. You do not like being micromanaged.
I don't really. The problem really with with me is to try to be cordial with people, because I feel like I'm like so. Like sometimes I could just be like so like disgusted by your personality that I'll just like don't even look at me. So I don't want to. I'm trying to be in this space where I can still like not deal with you from a distance, but not have no animosity towards you. Where it's though it's like when I see you, but I still want to I don't want to have no ill feelings towards nobody.
But that will put you in the basis of, and this is just the way I believe, but I'm not making anybody do anything. 1 Corinthians 13:4-8. And that scripture definitely tells you just what love is, period. And the way I believe, what God tells us to do is, he tells us to love. He does not tell us to love. He tells us to love. He tells me if you are homeless and you're hungry, I can feed you. I can love you from a distance and I can move on. Point blank. So, not wanting to deal with people and their idiosyncrasies, that's all good. But for the career path that you've chosen, you're going to need to talk to people. There's going to be some people that you need. You may get an audience with Naomi Campbell, and that's a nice audience, long as her temper ain't going nowhere. But you may get an audience with Claudia Schiffer, but she's just an actress, and you think it doesn't matter, but she has stake in Ford modeling. So you have to have that conversation, just in general. Next thing you know, you're booked. It's all about the networking. So when you're talking to people, because you are a businesswoman, don't look at it as in you're annoying me. Is this relationship of this conversation going to be beneficial to my business and their business? If it's not gonna, sounds harsh, but listen, this is one of my philosophies. If it's not gonna make you money legally, it's wasting your time. Because right now you're trying to build a brand and you want people to know who you are. Am I mistaken? Okay. So what I'll do is I'll exchange stuff with you. But if you want to ask any more questions, how to get through it, how to have a conversation, seriously, Ty, me Chanel me Ty, she is you 100%. To the point where she will engross herself into her PS4 and shoot people because they get on her nerves on the outside. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, might want to move a chair, but she can't run the ball, whatever you want to do. That's time for our conversation. It is what it is. Yes, ma'am.
I got my Call of Duty. My situation, it's not too different from hers. I don't do mine. I do both. I say myself. So, my thing is like, I feel like I'm too nice to people. I'm not saying I'm too nice to people, but
one moment. She has the floor. Seriously, we're all adults. Okay.
I wouldn't say that I'm too I'm not gonna say I'm too nice, because I know when the line is crossed for myself, because I just know. Like, I feel like with me, I take music really seriously. Like, I really do, because I've been doing it for so long. But when it's like me and people and it's like do the same thing I do, I feel like we clash when I feel like they trying to play me. Because when somebody do something, like, you know how somebody do something longer than you, and they come in like, I'm not saying I know everything I'm doing, because I'm coming to somebody that already know how to do it with me. I'm coming in, or I don't know what I'm doing. That's the point of me being around you. But I don't like when I'm around somebody and they like
acting cocky.
Yeah, like acting
how much
cocky,
success do they have?
Well, I've been doing music.
Not you. The person that's bothering you. How much success do they have?
The lady I'm specifically talking about, she's been doing music for like 25 years.
How many songs does she have on the track?
That's where they get you.
Yeah,
that's where you real rap. Not that like what she doing. Like, we not like, I ain't like down what she do, but like, let's really talk business. She not really not doing a whole lot. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I hate people like that try to downplay.
She got like a couple of. She got like her songs that she got they're nice, but they're not like.
Are they out there? Have you heard of them?
No, like, I can't say like
you know what I'm saying?
Name her song to you and you be like, oh yeah, I heard it before. Like, I can't even say her name and you be like, oh yeah, I know. Like,
exactly.
Yeah, but like.
Well, I do know a lot of people in music, but what I'll say to you is this: the reason I asked you that question is, you want to be in a room with somebody. That's a toxic relationship. All these questions definitely boil down to this topic of knowing when you're in something toxic. If you're in something and the person is not building your craft and they're trying to tear it down, that's a problem. And then I don't know your level of expertise right now. I haven't heard you sing, but I believe what you're telling me because you're very confident. So what you're saying to me is you need to be in a room with people who understand the craft and understand how to build and not tear you down. Then the next question for me is because I'm one of those people where my company is called KRG Limited. We have a lot of information. I know I have a lot of information inside. My first thing I need to know is, are you in the musicians union in Philadelphia? No. Look that up. That's when you're a singer. You hear me? Look that up. I don't care what it takes for you to pay for it. Talk to your worker. This is business. This is what I want to do. They're here to guide you. They may not have a stipend for it, but they may help you get to it. One second.
So I've been looking for school because I want to go to school for audio production because I want to go to be a music producer. That's why I've been studying the school I go to right now. But it's just been
University of the Arts right here in Philadelphia. Philadelphia University. Do not go to the Art Institute. They are too expensive and they are not accredited. Stay away from them. Okay? The next thing you want to do is, depending on your craft and how you want to hone it, audition for Juilliard in New York. Don't think small. If you are this confident in you, don't think small.
I heard about Juilliard before when I was younger. My mom lived in Pittsburgh, and I went to the Catholic Middle School in Pittsburgh. That's where I got my start. I didn't do singing, I did dancing,
but you're an artist. It does not matter what you do.
But I just
whatever you feel, sorry to cut you off, whatever you feel is your strongest niche right now, that's what you audition with. Your audition tape has to be either your vocals with an original song and words. Floor, I have the floor with your original song and your original words for your audition tape, or dancing. Talk to counseling at the school to get it waived, the fee. I will give you my number. Matter of fact, I'm going to put a number on the board. Y'all going to put it in the phone. You're going to just put it down. I'm that serious. I want to see you succeed. I don't want to say, oh, I met her and I helped her. No. I want to say, I knew her when, look at her now. My name is not important because I have the information for you. That's the type of people you want to be in the room with. You see what I'm saying? So if she's constantly doing that to you, her services are no longer needed. Join the musicians, union, singers, drummers, everybody. What happens is, what's coming up? Welcome America. Wow, wow, Welcome America is coming up. July 4th. Big concerts. I know all the background singers that sing for the people that come when they come to Philadelphia. Why? We just all know each other. Why? We all went to church together. Why? They're in the musicians union. What happened? We need background vocals. Boom. Everybody I know is singing background. They're in the union. When they come to Philly, they pick them. Somebody can't do it, but you have to be in the union so they know who you are. And they know you're out there. And even if you're just doing background vocals, don't be like Tamar. You can be a doo-wop pop chick for a little bit. It worked out for her. As you can see, being Toni Braxton's background singer and her sister helped.
What's wrong with that?
Okay? Yes, sweetheart. Yes.
This freak like you got I'm starting a nonprofit, but like a couple years ago when I first decided that I wanted this what I want to do
no. Stay with me. Go ahead.
This what I want to do. I was definitely trying to put myself in a position with people that I'm thinking like won't put me on the path, but like being younger, like I'm not trying, them like play y'all nothing, like y'all a little younger than me, like just a little bit. But being younger, you tend to try to get into what's in, like, so at a certain point you gotta be like, I don't really care about who think this person, like how she's saying like who on the church. It might be somebody that's not out there, like nobody really know, but they do got songs on the charts. And you gotta really look at people, like you gotta look at their business, their background, and that's the people you gotta network with, like, or even in situations where you feel like for me, like what I want to do is like in this field, it's easier for me right now because I'm in connection with a lot of people that's doing this type of stuff. Like whenever Miss Connie got a panel for me to go to, I'm there because I want to meet the people that I'm gonna be networking with. I want to meet the people that I'm gonna be asking for grants from. But you gotta put yourself in positions where even it's not about always making a cash. It's about making that connection, making that network. Like I meet a lot of people, like with the panels I go on with Miss Connie. Like I don't really get paid for it, or any volunteer work. I don't get paid for it, but I I get paid in the long run because now I'm able to call somebody and be like, well, I'm doing this. I need you not even for support, but just to have their name behind me. Like,
so you're brand building. That's what it's called. You're building your brand.
Yeah, definitely. So it's definitely like I said, when I was a younger, it was about me going to what's popping. Like, you can't always be like, all right, I'm trying to go to what's popping. You gotta go to what's really, you know, cause you like what's really, you see a lot, you know, we know a lot of Instagram popping people, like, but really you see them on a bus, they broke. Like, you popping.
We say that.
I gotta speak now. I gotta speak. Like, I don't never, like, I'm very, very humble. I don't, like, gas myself, even through, I know everybody in here, we all been through something. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like I'm better than anybody in here, or I'm better than anybody. Like, you know what I'm saying? I respect a person that's humble before I respect somebody that's gassed up and think that they better than everybody. I can't respect people like that, regardless of what you look like. What comes out of your mouth is going to determine if I'm going to deal with you or not, because you could be a really ugly person. So, like, when I was, like, younger and stuff, like, I was always, like, real popular on the social network, like scene, because I was just, like, real pretty. So it's like, you know, like, people tend to go to that, and then after they meet me, they realize, like, this person is really a good person. Like, they have a good heart. You know, they're very humble. So then they were, like, you know, it drawn into that. So that's why when you were saying the stuff about the modeling, like, the way the world is set up now, you can create a whole lane for yourself. And I'm not gassing myself, and I'm not sure if anybody in here has ever seen my social networks before. But I'm very popular in the city. Like, I'm talking about go downtown, people stopping me, go out to eat, people taking pictures with me. Like, it's that deep. So when you got this going on and you build this big name for yourself, like, I get booked at least, like, 3 times out the month. Like, it's like, that's why I have 2 phones. And I don't really like to express or explain it because some people don't understand. They just be asking me questions like, well, why you got 2 phones? Or why you doing this? Or why you doing that? It's hard to explain when you're managing yourself. Like, every shoot, every booking, everything goes through me. Like, from hair to makeup to clothes to outfits to like, people don't understand how hard it is when you by yourself. And with the problem that I always face with myself is because I feel like I'm by myself because nobody really understands what I'm trying to do. And then it's like you have all of these guys, you're the pretty girl, you got 1,000 guys that's throwing their money at you or think you pretty and you think you that. So it's like, all right, everybody like you. Who really like you? You get what I'm saying? So then you got friends who don't really respect your craft because they so upset and they trying to figure out how can somebody pay you this amount of money just to come to a place and look nice. And you got these girls that's so much older than you doing it and you doing it and you so young. Like, people paying you to come to a club just to stand there and look cute. They don't understand. This is something that they mind-boggling for them.
I understand
so
exactly what you do. You have to stop thinking you have to explain yourself to anybody.
Right.
You don't owe anybody any explanations. And if they want to know why you have 2 phones, I am a business woman.
I told Chris.
Bam.
That's it. But that's when you were saying the thing about the singing. Like, I can sing too. So that's something that I push for myself. So I got to deal with vocal coaching. I got to deal with making sure I go to the gym. I got to, you know what I'm saying? I ain't got a mom to be like, no, make sure you get up for school. Make sure you do this. Make sure you, like, nobody's doing that for me. So I have to stay on top of myself. Sometimes I got to check myself when I find myself in this little bubble. But it's like they won't respect that either. So you have people that are like, yeah, you could sing. Oh, you know, if you make it, then, you know, I'll come talk to you. I'll come deal with you. Then, you know, you my best friend. Or you my cousin.
Oh my God, I'm so excited that you said, I'll come to you if you make it. I'm so excited you said that. Yesterday I did a live. I was so excited. I did it at about 4:37 and I was crossing the bridge. I was extremely excited. I love people who tell me, when you make it, then I'll support you. I love those people.
I do too.
Let me tell you why. They are pushers.
Yep.
They are pushers. I don't have to deal with them, but they're pushers. Why? You don't need them. Because what that if means, I don't have any faith in you. Yeah. You don't need anybody that doesn't have faith in you. I don't care if you meet Jermaine Dupri and he says, if you do A, B, C, and D, then I'll check it out.
And I've seen like all of these.
It does not matter.
People. That's why I've been
keep
so
pushing.
motivated. Like,
get you a planner that is a paper planner. You know what? Let's do this. We're gonna do a whole different thing with you. We're gonna get you in the next 30 days to breathe.
I feel like I've been exposed to too much. Like,
no,
you
haven't been. No,
like,
you haven't been exposed to too much. You've been exposed to everything that tells you what you're not going to deal with.
What you don't want to do.
You now have intuition to what you will do, what you won't do. You'll walk into an audition, you'll look around and say, I don't want to audition for this. This is just a vixen. I'm not doing that. That's not me.
Yeah, that's how I be going. Most
Excellent.
of the time. Half of my emails just be a bunch of BS.
Excellent. I'm not cutting you off. We're going to do a one-on-one.
Because
Yes, 1 second. Let me go to this side of the room. I'm ready. Hand up. Yes.
Well, like, what I'm saying
I've been
is,
over there for a long time.
alright, I got two best friends or whatever. You know what I'm saying? They both famous. And like, I'm famous, but a lot of people don't know that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm all over the world. Like, I'm famous out in Texas. A lot of other places in the different part of the world. But I noticed that sometimes you just gotta sit back and you just gotta watch. Because when you sit back and you relax and you just watch who's around you, you see the craftiness. You see who real, who fake, who not, who just playing the role just to be that guy. Like, everybody, I don't know. The economy is different.
So what you're saying is, what I'm getting out of what you're telling me is, I have to sit in the room, I have to pay attention to my surroundings, and I have to see who's not clapping versus who's clapping.
Yeah.
But then it could be a false
Like, I
clap,
just
too.
saw that the other day. Like, I just had to tell my right hand, like, he worked somebody over. And I'm like, bro, I sat back and I watched. And mind you, they think I'm stupid, like, because I play that role. Like, yeah, I play stupid, but I'm really smart in the head. Like, and I watched, and I'm like, listen, he crafty. He just want to be around you because you got the money. And him right there, he just going to be the boy that's going to be on the block on crash dummy mission and getting locked up back and forth all his life. And what I just say is the same boy that I just said got locked up.
Well, you have to realize that when they are going to realize that you're not just the best friend because you may have grown up together, whatever, they're going to have to realize when you are definitely out for them, when you're not out for them. It's a saying that people won't know how hard you've been riding for them until you park. Which means until you put your car in park and you let them just keep on going and they crash. Then they crash and they come back. And it's not that you want to say, I told you so. You want to let them know my judgment is really good. So you have to decide. See, everything with me, when you talk to me, it takes me to the next phase of who you could be. That's my opinion. Your opinion of who you're going to be is everything. But to have that kind of discernment in a room, I don't know. I don't know you yet. If you give me what you want me to look you up, I'll do that. But you may need to be a maker. What does a maker mean? You may need to help make people. You may need to be a manager. You may need to be an agent. That's bigger than being in this room. That's bigger than this program. This program brought you to the next step to get your life together, to get you away from anything that was toxic so that you could focus and understand that you have value. Now that you already know that you have value, how are you going to use it? Every scenario leads me to thinking to the next phase of who I'm talking to at the moment. So now that you know that, how long are you going to sit in the room and be the one with the knowledge? When are you going to take the knowledge, brand the knowledge, in order for, what my Bible tells me is your gift will make room for you. These ladies over here have gifts. It's making room for them. And I don't mean room as in popularity. I mean room as in building a brand, becoming a mogul, having a legacy for when they do have offspring and families, their name will be left behind. You see what I'm saying? So take what you know, take what you think, take what you've done. Even when they don't take the advice, look around your next bus ride. Pay attention. See what you can discern on each individual. The opinion that you get. Start taking notes. Everybody get a journal. One of my plans was to buy everybody a journal today, but I didn't know how many people there were. But the difference in the journal that I'm going to give you is I'm going to put a note in there for you. So I'll get the sign-in sheet and I'll give them back to the workers here because some information is not for me to know. Some things about you are HIPAA. So, and we'll even determine for those of you that I said we can do one-on-ones, we'll determine if that we can do that or if I have to do them here. Because your safety is everything to me. Okay? So, every time you ask a question, my mind goes to the next phase of who you are. Okay? Not to keep you in a toxic situation or just how to tell you to get out and that's good and then you're walking down the street trying to figure out your next brand. No. You have the prime opportunity with what you're in right now to become recognition famous. See what I'm saying? She's walking down the street. She's recognition famous. People are calling you for your insight. Now, hands went up. I don't know how they went.
I know my
They
own
went over
like
there
the longest, like.
Okay,
I was
so we'll
laughing
start
at
with
that.
Miss
All right.
S. We're gonna go back. I remember your hand at one point, and you know what? Let me do me a favor. 1 second. You've talked. Just give me 1 second. She has not talked,
Okay.
and I'm excited that she wants to speak. Go ahead.
Well, my most toxic situation right now is my family. Like that's, see, it's because we got the same name, so we hear it.
You know what I'm saying?
My T's in it. Okay.
That's my most toxic situation right now. I was working at this mail warehouse for a while, for a couple weeks, and my cousin was like, "Oh, you need a job. This is that, and this third. You want to get in there?" Up to get in there, she started arguing with the manager like the same day. We both got fired. That was $12.75 an hour.
Oh, no.
Both
Right.
got fired.
I wouldn't even argue from the jump.
It's like,
We just
my family always told me I was never gonna be nothing. Boom. As soon as I moved from my crib, my cousin got put out of her crib. Oh, can I come live with you? No.
What?
I'm in a program, first of all. Let's start there. They catch you in here. I gotta get out. Then where you gonna have me to live in? We gonna be under the bridge together. Like, I'm cool. I done been there before. I really don't want to go back at all. Like, and it's like right now, my whole family not speaking to me. Like, not one. Well, only one person in my family is speaking to me, and that's really the person who raised me. But other than that, nobody in my family.
I am not a harsh person. I really am not a harsh person.
You about to be like,
But listen to me close. Anybody that's not beneficial to your life is not worth your time.
And it's like,
If it, 1 second, your mother and your father, the only thing they're due is honor and respect, which means if I'm not going to be able, as your child, not to cuss you out, I'm not going to be around you because he's watching. That's my whole viewpoint in
yeah,
that.
that's my way.
If the one that raised you is the one that's talking to you, that's great. I know it may hurt that everybody is not speaking to you and they're acting like, you know, it's a problem with you because it doesn't so. What benefit are they adding to your life? That's the first thought. The next thought I would say is, if you pray, just say, and if you don't, you can be cool with it. You know what? Bless my enemies. What that does is that blesses you.
And it's like, I can say the little thing I think of, like yesterday, I was saying to my cousin that I wanted to change my last name. Everybody calling my phone, oh, you making me feel like, wait, you want to change it? Why do y'all care?
Number one quote.
My mom's not here no more, so
Excuse me.
why does anybody care?
My number one quote: don't make announcements, make decisions. Don't make announcements, make decisions. If you're changing your name, they will know your name is changed when it's changed. Make a decision. Millionaires don't make announcements until after they've made